Philadelphia 76ers. Power forward. At 6'8", number 28, Gershon Yabusele. At the point, 6'4", number 7, Markel Fultz. The other guard, 6'5", number 11, Gary Trent Jr. The other forward position, at 6'8", number 8, Paul George. At center, 7 foot, number 21, Joel Embiid.
It's an exciting Sunday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. And here we can check out the story for Jaylen Brown.
And guys, for a measure of how he's performing offensively, look no further than the true shooting percentage. There's been a steady drop in his last 5 games, and he's got to be scrambling now to get that feel back.
So let's take a look at the Boston Celtics starting lineup. White in at shooting guard, with Brown playing small forward. Nicholas Claxton out there with Tatum, and it's Simons in at the point guard. And for Philadelphia, we've got Yabusele. Gary Trent is out there with Markel Fultz. Then it's Joel Embiid, and it's George in at the 3 spot. How many games do you need to play, Greg, before you know who you are as a team?
I think you basically know already your identity, the pace you want to play at. Obviously, the development of the younger guys and your chemistry is always ongoing.
Pass to Yabusele. Now Fultz. From 10 feet out, and it's off the back rim, no good. And Simons has got the ball here for the Boston Celtics. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on George.
Look, you've got to give Brown a lot of credit for his growth as a shooter. That wasn't something he did when he first got to the league. He put in a lot of work. He shoots it well from the floor and line.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. Free throw good from Brown. And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax, signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
And Brown drops them both. GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
And that one's good, George.
Cannot let George get his feet set out on the perimeter. He'll bury it.
White looking around. Pass to Tatum. Claxton against Embiid. Back to Tatum. Here's Claxton. Just 5 on the clock. Here's White. And Embiid with the block.
Embiid stiff-arming that shot with authority. No mercy.
And here's Fultz. Now George. Guarded by Tatum. Outside, George. Embiid sets the pick for George. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchise history.
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking, I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office.
It's his first trip to the line.
For your Sixers, Paul George, taking 2 shots.
Free throw good, Paul George.
Paul George, one of the most versatile and dynamic players in the league. I mean, he does a lot for his team offensively and defensively, which I think frees up the other guys to do their thing.
And George drops them both.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Left side, Tatum. Fires from deep. Rebound by the 76ers. Last game matched up with the Magic. A tough loss there.
Well, they made a few key shots, but missed many more. It was a rough night for them offensively.
And you know what? If you're not going to outwork your opposition, then you typically are going to get outplayed.
Trent against Brown. Outside, White with the shot. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
The assist.
Well, he might not be a pure shooter, but he's a very steady one. I like that they're getting White something in rhythm here.
And that one drops for him.
Now that's where you like your shots to come from.
Celtics have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
I caught up with Coach Nick Nurse. Coach said they want to force Jason Tatum to uncomfortable spots on the floor. Now, they recognize those spots are few and far between, but Coach wants to keep Tatum out of the paint specifically. If his team can do that and force Tatum to shoot more from outside, they feel relatively good about their chances. Back to you.
Thanks, David. Now Embiid after Jaylen Brown's three-pointer that didn't go. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Fultz. No good with the triple. Celtics trail by 3. Brown outside. Inside, Claxton. And Claxton throws it down.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
Pass the Abusele. They set the pick from outside the arc. It's hauled in by Claxton. And here's Tatum. They'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. They trail by 1. And Claxton throws it down.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
And pushing it up, here's Boston. Here's Simons. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Embiid.
And developed into such a good scorer, D has to pay close attention to Simons.
And each season, GA, it seems like Anthony Simons is given more and more responsibility.
And you can understand why. He's proven to be a versatile scorer, and now we are seeing him take the next step with his playmaking.
And Simons drops them both.
And on the court, Simons is like a lightning bolt of energy. He hustles hard and just puts in the sweat to outwork the other team.
And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. And now a quick rundown of the leading free throw shooters at small forward this year. It's a pretty sure thing whenever one of them gets to the line. Second is Paul George.
And knowing what I do about the guys on that list, I can tell you they've put a lot of long hours in the gym to get those percentages to where they are.
Well, you can't get those numbers without the work, and they've posted impressive numbers, and all of them are naturally gifted shooters, but you have to add to natural ability the work required to bring it to fruition.
Fultz kicks to Yabusele. And Brown over to help. Poke loose. It's stolen by Brown. Tatum drives in. Rebound by the 76ers. Last meeting was in Boston, where they were unable to fight off the Celtics.
Yeah, and looking back at their last game against this club, they were badly out-rebounded.
Yeah, and that turned the tide, the rebounding differential. They've got to focus and make it a team effort to really pound the glass.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
And here's Brown outside, and the three ball is good. Brown's got 5 points so far.
You know, early on, Brown struggled with his confidence taking threes. Now he's a knockdown threat.
Out to the right wing. Fultz against White.
Celtics foul. Derek White. That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
The 76ers have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
Taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Fultz.
And, you know, when Fultz is healthy now, he's a valuable part of this rotation. We've seen him make big strides lately.
And so Fultz nails them both.
And the explosiveness of Fultz really is incredible. Just he's effortless in terms of getting where he wants on the court.
Now here's Brown. 17 points for him last game against Miami. Claxton a screen on George. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
Using his teammates, Tatum creates just enough daylight to get off a shot.
Now here's Fultz. Trent outside. A fadeaway. And it's White with the rebound.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
For the three. The rebound by Yabusele.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure we don't give him too good of a look.
Fultz kicks to Yabusele. George against Tatum. Another miss by Philadelphia. On offense, here are the Celtics. They're on a 13-4 run right now. 2 points, that one goes. Tatum's got his second basket.
Tell you what, Tatum using his length for positioning inside, able to operate well in the paint.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Fultz with a screen for George. Fultz the pass to Trent. The tray. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss. Celtics leading by 8. Pass to Claxton. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play.
That's his second.
That one on George.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
And, you know, when you've got a chance to put a team away early, you got to take it.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Andre Drummond's checked in for Joel Embiid. And it's Quentin Grimes in for George. Cooper, he's checked in for the Celtics. The 76ers trail by 11. And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys.
Get ready, everyone. You see yourself on the screen, and you show us your best moves. Let's go.
Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Boston. They like where they stand right now, perched in that topmost position. And checking out Philadelphia, 4.5 games behind.
And I think for Boston, they're proving that all the talk we heard about them in the preseason was warranted. What a role this group's been on here early on.
It appears to me, though, that this group has all the ingredients for a special season.
Celtics on D, 11-point game. Fultz finds Drummond. They need this. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. It's on Nick Claxton.
You know, with Drummond's free throw history, teams aren't afraid to get physical with him inside. I mean, they'll send him to the line before they give him an easy look.
The 76ers have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. That free throw, no good. Greg, we've heard some veteran players and coaches say the league is skewing too young.
Well, because of the salary cap, you're often forced to play some younger guys, and they don't quite have a feel for the game yet. So possibly the product suffers, but it also gives you a chance to develop these young players in your system.
He hits the second from the line.
I think of Andre Drummond as a big man's big man. He's a steadfast presence in the paint who really focuses on owning the backboard and attacking the rim.
Here's Claxton. 14 points from him the last game against Miami.
Yeah, but the rebounding in that game as well was just tremendous. I mean, he dominated the backboard.
6 on the shot clock. Here's Brown. It's hauled in by Trent.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Jaylen Brown has put it all together. He said, I'm figuring out my spots to be aggressive. That's in my DNA. But also showing how I've grown. Being a great screener, delivering passes on time and on target. That's important to being a great teammate. I'm focused on being a better basketball player. Kevin?
Yeah, and he's a smart one too, right, David? He is something else. Outstanding stuff, DA, as always. The 76ers making a switch here. Council's checked in, and a new group in for the Celtics. Tillman, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Saric comes in for Tatum. Max Strus is checked in for Brown. And it's Pritchard in for Anthony Simons. Now here's Drummond. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Here's Grimes. From the arc. The rebound by the Celtics. Here's Boston now. They're on an 18-5 run here. Here's Pritchard. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And the game plan is clear. Work the ball inside.
And it's working for him. You like that initiative, not settling for stuff on the perimeter.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. On the free throw, no good. Well, it was the Boston Celtics, their last game a loss to the Heat in Miami. Here's McCain. And the three off target. Celtics leading by 12. Pass to Pritchard. Here's Tillman. And here's Strus. To the wing right side. Here's Pritchard. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
Yeah, they've got to do a little more to disrupt their offensive rhythm, too.
Here's Grimes following the bucket by the Celtics. And there's the call on Dario Saric. That is his first foul of the game.
Fourth team foul.
Boston on D. They lead by 14. Grimes passes to Prince. Here's McCain. It's good from long range.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now, here's Strus. Still without a basket. Pass to Pritchard. Now here's Saric. Clock is at 3. And McCain pulls it down.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Boston leading by 11. Here's Pritchard. And it's sent back by Prince.
Excellent toughness on the defensive end, and that's what Prince does. He's got size, and he's got the will to defend at a high level.
Pass to McCain. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And with the break in the action, let's look at the stats for Prince. He's right around 5 points a night, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. And there isn't much to write home about with his numbers. I think he'd like to up his contributions.
Yeah, but you got to earn that chance. I mean, you get what you earn. His numbers are fine, but he's not going to get a lot more floor time unless he turns it up a notch.
Again, the miss by the Celtics. The 76ers trail by 11. Here's Grimes. 14 points from him the last game against Orlando. And so it's Boston with it. 1:56 left in the first quarter of the game. Cooper the pass to Tillman. Strus with it. He has yet to score. Lets it go from deep. Drills it from outside.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
And here are the 76ers now. Following the three-pointer by Boston. McCain's shot is off.
Not much falling for him this quarter, guys, and you can sense his frustration.
They get it again. Pass to Tillman. Tries again. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss. Philadelphia shooting down around 24%. Obviously, they've struggled. Took him no time at all on that one. McCain's got 6.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Here's Pritchard. Down low, Strus uses the glass to finish the lane. 5 points in the game.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Here's McCain. Last time out, he had 14 points. Pass to Grimes. And here is Prince, covered by Sharch. Another three for Philadelphia.
Prince gets the ball and knows he's ready to let it fly. This guy plays with great confidence.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Tillman, and it's sent back by Drummond. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Drummond. Let's take a second look at that fantastic block.
And guys, that block could really help change the momentum of this game.
Celtics making a switch here. Hauser's checked in. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Hit some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. And the Celtics lead by 10.
You know, so far he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunities.
Here's Ntilikina. Passed a little. Misses from close range. With 1 on the clock. That shot no good. And so it's the Boston Celtics going into the break with a 10-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And when you consider how the Celtics are doing, guys, what do you think?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And, you know, their rebounding advantage has been glaring, simply outworking them on the boards for that entire first quarter.
And Simons has got the ball here for the Celtics. They've led by as many as 14 points. On the court for the Celtics, Jaylen Brown out there with Nicholas Claxton. Then it's Anthony Simons. And it's Hauser in at the 2-guard. Can't connect from 13 feet out. The 76ers trail by 10. Passed a little. The rebound by Simons. The Celtics shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. Brown deciding where to go with it. Claxton with it. Now Simons. 6 to shoot. Little with the rebound. The 76ers shooting a pretty sorry 29% from the floor here. Pass to Yabusele. To the paint. Here's Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
Thunderous throwdown that time from Joel Embiid.
Celtics leading by 8. And Joel Embiid is a giant center. Clark, his size, his arm span. How does his sheer size, do you think, affect the game?
Well, he's a mountain of a man. Not only is he tall, he's wide, and he's deep too, Kevin. In other words, he's hard to get around. And he's also hard to challenge because he's north and south. So, and you factor in his touch, this guy does things that I've not really seen a guy of his size do, particularly when you talk about pity-patting the dribble and knocking down face-up jumpers all the way out to the three-point line. It should almost be unlawful for a guy north of 3 bills to be doing that.
Here's Hauser after the made shot from Joel Embiid. Here's Yabusele. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
The Celtics have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Brown the pass to Hauser. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense.
Boston ball.
All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Boston.
You know, in the early going, they've been effective scoring in the mid-range, and if it's falling, I say stay with it.
And they are also just outworking the opposition in transition. When the break is on, they've continued to find ways to score.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Paul George comes in for Little, and Trent subbed in for Frank Ntilikina. Boston also with the sub. White's checked in. Now here's Brown. 5 points in the game. Good work defensively by Trent. The 76ers trail by 5. Fultz with the ball. And Simons picks him up defensively. Pass to George. Here's Embiid. Now Trent jacks up a 3. A rebound by Simons. Floats one, and the rejection by Embiid. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession.
Celtic ball.
And now let's take a look again at that incredible rejection.
And guys, that is lockdown defense at its finest, going right at the shot and then able to knock it away.
Cooper, he's checked in for Anthony Simons. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Claxton sets the screen for White. 5 on the clock. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Way to work the glass, buffet style. Second chance buckets. They can make a big difference.
Pass to Embiid. Trent outside. Embiid with the screen on Cooper. And here's Trent outside. And Boston with the rebound. Claxton's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Brown. Here's Cooper. The shot's good. Brown making the play. And now it's a 10-point Boston lead.
The playmaking of Brown continuing to evolve. Nice dime there.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Claxton against Embiid. From deep, Trent. Up and in, it's good. First basket of the game for him. 1 for 4 shooting.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Now here's White. His last outing, he had 8 points. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Here's Yabusele. Outside, George. Back to Embiid. Over Cooper. Embiid, no good. And so White will bring it up for Boston. They've led by as many as 14 points.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Here's McCain. The basket is good. That's his 6th attempt and his 3rd make.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now here's White. There's the 3. Trains it from beyond the arc. And the Celtics lead by 8.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Trent outside. Now Embiid, 26 points for him last game against the Magic in Orlando.
And how about the job he did rebounding as well, guys? I mean, just a dominant performance on the glass.
Boston leading by 8. Here's Cooper. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Brown against Embiid. And it's Brown missing. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. And George kicks to Yabusele. Trent outside. Here's Embiid. The shot comes out. Good defense by Claxton. Down low, here's White. And Claxton throws it down.
Taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Outside, George. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. The league is attempting, Clark, to minimize flopping. Do you like the technical foul assessment for just that act?
Yeah, I do. I really do, because that way you can get it out of the game. These guys are as big and strong as any athletes in the world. They shouldn't be falling down as much as they do trying to draw fouls.
That's good from George.
And what I love about Paul George, the production, year after year after year.
And the 76ers with some changes. Andre Drummond comes in for Embiid, and it's Quentin Grimes in for Yabusele. And he can't hit the second. Boston leading by 9. Here's Cooper. Outside Tatum. Into the lane, Tatum. Right side, White. Lets it go from 14. And again, it's Boston converted.
White, one of the things you like, he plays within himself. Never forces things offensively.
And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over.
And look who's coming out right now to play.
Prince is checked in for Paul George. A three-point game, such a big part of the NBA. Let's see the best teams at it. Third spot, the Celtics.
No doubt, they have snipers on that roster, that's for sure. It's been a terrific year for them from beyond the arc.
And it's the 76ers with the ball. They trail by 11. Here's McCain. 8 points for him. And here is Drummond. Trent outside. Another miss by Philadelphia.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
76ers have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And another miss. Woo, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Saric, that's good.
Saric knows he has the touch needed to capitalize inside.
The 76ers trail by 13. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Prince outside. Pass to Drummond. Some solid defense from Saric. Boston's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Now, here's Strus. He's guarded closely. Drummond working against Tatum. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Andre Drummond picks one up.
And you watch Jason Tatum, year to year, he is a model of consistency across the board. The numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
First one falls.
A young man who has an appetite for greatness, always pushing himself, is Jason Tatum.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Council's checked in. Boston also with the sub. Pritchard, he's checked in for White. And so he makes both from the line.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
One way to protect the lead, knock down those free throws, and 100% free throwing for the quarter, that's superb.
Now here's Drummond. Here's McCain. Three-pointer. Saric grabs the board. Saric has got his 4th rebound in this one.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
This one for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Cooper's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for Boston. The 76ers trail by 18. Pass to Drummond. Here's McCain. And the layup's good off the glass. McCain's got 4 this quarter.
You know, as you add experience, you start to see the floor better. That was a sweet find by Drummond.
Pritchard passes to Saric. Now, here's Strus. He's covered closely. Shot from the top of the key. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Here's Pritchard. 6 points for him. Tatum on the wing. Clock at 6. Drops one in from the wing. Tatum's got 8.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a 3-point play. Going to the line for 1.
You know, in the first quarter, they really attacked inside. Not quite sure why they've gotten away from it because they've not done as much since. But the balanced attack seems to be working out for them.
Frank Ntilikina is checked in for Philadelphia. The Celtics making a switch here. He's made 1 and missed 1 so far in the game.
He is a monster on the glass, but Andre Drummond doesn't just have size. He's also developed really good timing and instincts that help elevate his game.
Here's Pritchard. Pass to Tillman. It's Strus on the wing.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
They set the pick.
2 minutes.
Puts up a three. Down it goes. His third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
And they've done a great job knocking down those long-range shots here in the second, shooting just over 40% from downtown.
Here's Grimes. Three-pointer. Sinks the three-pointer. Grimes has got his second bucket tonight.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Here's Pritchard. He's got 6. Here's Tatum. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys. So that's a free basket right there.
Good hustle right there. I love that effort. Just a little late in the act.
The Celtics have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
He didn't get to the line in that entire first quarter. But right now, he's showing some aggressiveness out there.
Here's Ntilikina. Hasn't made one yet. There's the pick. Here's Council. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Not a bunch of energy from the defense, which is why he was free to knock that down.
Here's Pritchard. Pass to Hauser. Tillman passes to Tatum. Tatum with another miss. The 76ers trail by 15. There's 49 seconds left in the first half. And here is Drummond. To the middle. Here's Prince. And Prince with the jam.
Prince can really elevate now. He plays much bigger than 6'7", and we just saw an example of that there. I'll tell you what, his vertical is awesome, off the charts. A short center who still makes his presence felt.
The 76ers shooting 48% on their attempts here in quarter number 2. 26 seconds left in the first half of the game. Pass to Grimes. Off target with his 3. Celtics leading by 15. Here's Tatum. Takes a 3. Connects from three-point range. Pritchard's got 9.
Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
And so it's Boston with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. The defensive work they've done against Paul George has been a big factor. He hasn't done anywhere near the kind of damage we expected. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Here with Nick Nurse. Coach, the efficiency wasn't there in the first half. What adjustments do you need to make?
I thought we got pretty good shots, and if we're not going to score, it makes getting our defense set up difficult. So you got to keep shooting them. Hopefully, start making some of them.
You can't score until you shoot, Coach. Thanks. Back to you.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Hi, everybody. We've got your favorite segment on tap as we check out how the Eastern Conference is shaping up.
A look here now at the 76ers. They knew they'd be in for a rough start. The question is, do they have the tools to turn it around? The front office will tell you yes, but they're the ones who assembled the team.
Now let's talk about that first half. What an impressive performance for the Boston Celtics.
This has been a weight room game. They're just stronger on the glass, and they're playing with a mean streak, guys.
What do you know about weight rooms, Kenny?
He knows how to avoid them.
Ooh.
That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more Hoops action.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You know, guys, Jason Tatum has really been making it happen.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Simons has got the ball here for the Celtics. 18 points separating the teams. That's the biggest lead of the game. They've got Gary Trent, Yabusele out there with George. Then it's Markelle Fultz, and it's Embiid into the center filling out the middle. That's Nick Nurse's 5 as we get into the second half. And here's George for 3. And it's White with the rebound. Celtics leading by 18. From downtown, the offensive rebound, Claxton. Good work defensively by Trent. Philadelphia shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. To the inside. And stolen by Tatum. And here comes the break. And Brown throws it down hard.
You've got to be careful around Tatum now. If you're not paying attention, he'll take that ball away from you quickly.
Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Fultz kicks to Trent. Fultz with a screen for Trent. Good on the three-point shot. Trent's got his second bucket of the night.
Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock that shot down.
Claxton a screen on Fultz. Bounce pass, Simon. And the shot goes down. Claxton's got 13.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
So it's Philadelphia now, following the bucket by the Celtics. Now here's Embiid. A dependable source of points for his team, averages just under 24 points a game. And the rejection by Claxton. Outside White. Back to Tatum.
Get through.
Simons from outside. Rebound by the 76ers. Yabusele's got 6 rebounds in the game. Outside, George. Fultz with the ball. Back to George. Over Tatum. And it's George missing.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Here's Yabusele. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
That's his first personal foul. First
76ers have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line.
Philadelphia, Yabusele taking 2 shots.
No good on that one. And he sinks the second. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Claxton against Embiid. And the rejection by Claxton.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Tries it from the top of the key. Tatum no good. The 76ers trail by 18. Here's Embiid. The top of the key jumper is on the mark. 6 points for Joel Embiid.
A focal point in this offense, Embiid has no hesitation shooting off the catch.
And you know, guys, with Embiid on the floor, it's not just about his individual play. He changes everything for everyone on that team. That's how dominant he is. It's not just statistics. Distance alone propels him.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
That one misses.
Certainly not the kind of night he was looking for at the offensive end, and it's had a ripple effect on the team.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. With the CBA and new broadcasting deals both completed, league talk now turns to expansion. Commissioner Adam Silver says if you're a successful organization, I think it makes sense over time to continue to grow. There's no doubt that there are a lot of great cities who are interested in having an NBA. Kevin?
So right, David, we could lay out 3, 4, 5 cities right now that would beg to have professional basketball. Nasir Little, he's checked in for Paul George. Cooper, he's checked in for Boston. Here's Fultz. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Trent outside. Fultz with a screen for Trent. A three-pointer is right on target. Trent's got 6 here in this quarter.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
Now, here's Simon. Some stats for him. He averages over 21 points a game.
That's his second personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Brown outside.
Philadelphia foul. Gershon Yabusele. That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Cooper. His three-pointers off the mark. The 76ers trail by 15. Embiid wide open. A three-pointer off the mark. The Celtics shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Inside, it's stolen. Cooper against Trent. Ball's knocked loose. Beyond the arc. The rebound by Cooper. Celtics leading by 15.